It's that time of the month again. It is the last month of 2024, which is insane. It's crazy. So we have to pick the last books that we're gonna be reading for the rest of the year. Crazy, I know. Yeah, Milo agrees. It's nuts out here. But we have to pick what books we're gonna be reading in December. And in December, okay, sir, stop it. Not right now. Stop it with your cuteness. Don't give me them eyes. Don't give me them. Anyway, it's the last month of the year and all I want to read is romance and holiday cheer. So for me personally, in December, I just want to look at our romance section and all the books that we got that are Christmas related or just holiday related in general. And because of our last bookstore vlog, I actually have quite a few to pick from this time, so I'm very excited. We will be using a random number generator to figure out which ones we're going to read because we can't read all of them, unfortunately. But I feel like no matter what, we're going to get good ones because they all have relatively good synopsises. Is that how you say that? So the ones we have from last year that we never got a chance to read is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. Oh, we never read One Day in December. Heard that was good actually. The Christmas Clash we never read. Oh my gosh, you know what we did read though? The Holiday Switch. I still stand by this to this day. This is the best holiday book I've ever read. There's no spice. It literally reads like a Hallmark movie and I literally think about this all the time. It's just so good. I honestly am tempted to reread it this year, but I feel like I can't. I have to give these other books a chance because we have so many now. But I missed you. We also read The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score, the only Lucy Score that I like. We've read about 4 books of hers by now, and now we will never read her books again. Sorry, lady. I think we can pick about 5 books. I think that's pretty good for December. I mean, I've already reached my Goodreads goal, so it's not about numbers at this point. It's just about high quality books. So I think 5 Christmas romances would be enough to satiate my want for love and cheer, holiday cheer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 books to choose from so far. I feel like that's not right. They're down here. Yes. Okay, I have Kiss Her Once for Me. It's the best time of the year. 1 year ago, recent Portland transplant Ellie Oliver had her dream job in animation in a Christmas Eve bookstore meet cute with a woman she fell in love with over the course of a single night. But after a betrayal the next morning and the loss of her job soon after, she finds herself adrift alone and desperate for money. Sounds like it is a holiday book, so we're gonna keep that in the pile. So we have 9 to choose from. Fantastic. So I think we should use the random number generator, but the thing is I'm not gonna like wrap them up or cover them up or anything. I'm just gonna count from the bottom. Let's see what we're gonna read. We're gonna pick 5. All right, let's see what we get for the first one. Okay, we got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kiss Her Once for Me. How perfect is that? And it's actually the only hardcover I have in this pile, which is interesting. Okay, hot take. I actually don't like hardcover. What? I think I'm the only reader who says that. I don't know why. I think I prefer the flimsiness of a paperback. Personally, if I'm being super honest, y'all know I'm a Kindle girl now. She's changed, she's different, she's bougie. I like an e-reader now. I just like the simplicity of it. It's very light. No matter how big the book is, it doesn't feel like it's a book. I like a good lie here and there. I like when a book is lying to me and I feel like it's shorter, but it's actually 1,000 pages. I appreciate that. When you're holding a 1,000-page book, you know you're holding a 1,000-page book. At least with a Kindle, you don't really feel like it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's my real hot take, but we'll forget about that for now. Kiss Her Once for Me is one of the first options. We love it. This is actually my first book by Allison Cochran, so I'm excited. I've actually heard a few things about this book, actually. I can't remember if they were good, though, so we'll see. But next one, let's see. I'm gonna predict we're gonna get my favorite number, lucky number 8. Am I right? No. 2. Well, I wasn't that off.
What?
Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. We got this in our last bookstore vlog. Very fun. By the way, if you haven't watched that bookstore vlog yet, you have to watch it. I don't want to brag, but I feel like that's one of the best videos we've ever done, so you need to watch it. That's all I'm saying. All right, book number 3. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One Day in December. I'm actually so glad we got this one. I've been meaning to read this for the longest time, and it just doesn't feel right to read it any other time besides December, so this is perfect. Number 3. She's locked in, people. I'm gonna predict again. I'm gonna say we're getting an 8 again. Guys, I'm magic. Oh wait, we can't really do that, right? Because, yeah. You wanna know something funny? My family calls me Penn State because I went to Penn State University for college. I also went to Rutgers, but I went to Penn State first, and they call me Penn State because they have no idea how I got into Penn State, because the common sense part of my brain, she's not always home. as we can clearly see. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna tack them under here and we're gonna count to 8 from there, from the top down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Christmas Tree Farm. We never read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore, and this is also the author who wrote The Christmas Tree Farm, so this is nice. We'll actually be getting to read one of her seasonal books during the season. All right, we're on our last one, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 books left. Let me actually change the number in here so we can actually get something that makes sense. All right, I think the next book we're gonna get, well, I hope the book that we get is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. Just because it's short, I just want to give her one more chance to see if it's worth it and move on with the year. You know what I mean? Let's see. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's The Christmas Clash. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, it's Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. How crazy is that that happened, that worked out, that we said, I hope it's gonna be Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and it just happened to be Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. Like, that's crazy. 2 weeks before Christmas and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. Stella is standing alone outside a famous department store when a charming man asks her opinion on the decor. It's a tragedy in tinsel, she says, unable to lie. Then he asks for a better idea with a twinkle in his eye. She didn't know he owned the place when he put her on the spot, and now she's working for that man, trying to ignore that he's hot. Ugh. I wish I had that problem. But as a down on her luck girl with a difficult past, Stella knows how to make a good opportunity last. So she gives it her all, working without stopping, trying to resist temptation because she's just window shopping. Wait, is all of this rhyming?
Yes!
Okay, Tessa. Now again, we read Wreck the Halls and that book was a wreck.
Stop it. Get some help.
It started off really good, and that's the only reason why I gave it 2 stars, but that book quickly turned into literal chaos. I don't know what happened. It was so like jarring and just so insane, like comically insane, but like not in a fun way, but in a very like, what the hell am I reading kind of way. So because of that, I know on a fundamental basis, Tessa Bailey can write. She can write a romance, but I just want to know if she can keep a steady, cohesive story. We haven't seen that yet. So this is her redemption arc. Let's see if she makes it work. Now our second book is The Christmas Tree Farm. Again, this is written by Lori Gilmore, the woman who also wrote The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I haven't read any books by her, but they're very cute. Like, they're just so perfect for the season. I had to pick it up when I saw it, and I'm hoping it's perfect for the holidays. Now, this book is about Kira North. She actually hates Christmas, even though she has a really cute Christmassy last name, and she just bought a Christmas tree farm. And she bought this farm in a very small town, and she's just trying to make it work, even though she kind of hates the season. We don't know why, obviously, but hopefully in the story they explain that. But she runs into Bennett. He is just here for the holidays until he gets snowed in, of course, at her Christmas tree farm. And so it has that grumpy sunshine trope, but it's different because she's the grump and he seems to be more of the cheerier person. So we'll see how their romance turns out. I hear it's a little bit spicy though, so I'm hoping, I mean, as long as the spice makes sense, I genuinely don't care, but I just hate when we're just bombarded with scene after scene and it doesn't do anything for the plot, it doesn't do anything for the story, and it's just there simply to be there. So I'm hoping she doesn't do that with this book, but again, fingers crossed. Also, do you notice a theme with Christmas books? They're all blue. That's interesting. Or green. Then we've got One Day in December. Now again, we bought this on our last Christmas bookstore vlog last year, and this one is a Reese Witherspoon book club book, so I know it's going to be good. I always love their book selection, and this one is very interesting. So her name is Lori. She doesn't believe in love at first sight like most people, but one day she's riding the bus and she sees this guy. They make eye contact and they have like that perfect moment, that meet cute moment, but then her bus drives off and she doesn't see him again. But convinced that they're fated to be together, she rides the bus every single day for a year, just constantly looking for him, hoping that they'll run into each other again, and it just never happens. However, they reunite, and unfortunately it's when her best friend is introducing him to her as her boyfriend. Damn. And so you can imagine how awkward that is. She doesn't say anything, but over the next 10 years they kind of battle between love lost, kind of heartbreak, friendship, and just the warring changes of fate and how their life plays out. And so you follow that story throughout this book, and it just sounds so good, and it sounds very interesting. I think I like both extremes. So I like when books are super cheesy. You know when you're going into a book, it's gonna be cheesy. It's gonna give you the feel goods that you need. And I love books that are designed for that. But I also love books that, even if they're labeled as a romance, there's so much more to them that you can learn from. And this seems like one of those kind of books, and I'm very excited to see what those other elements might be and what other takeaways we can take from this book. Now, I'm not sure about this fourth one. It's Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. Again, this is a recent one that we just bought, and it's about Nori. She went to this private school. She's not necessarily very close with the people that she went to school with. They're kind of stuck up and annoying, but she's invited to one of their weddings. So after a few years go by, she's invited to this wedding. She goes, and when she goes, the groundskeeper is kind of annoyed with like their snooty, uppity attitude. So him and her clash initially, and then slowly but surely they fall in love, and it follows that story. But there's a lot more to it besides just their romance. It's more about like the friendship dynamics, how people changed over the years, and all those other nuances as well. So I'm not really sure what to think about this book. It seems like there's a lot going on, but I feel like this is definitely one of the books where it's like it can do all of these things really well, and it's going to come together very well, or it's going to just be all over the place and not make sense. So I don't know what to expect for this one. I can't say that I'm necessarily excited for it, but I am willing to give it a chance. And last but not once is the one that we talked about, Kiss Her Once for Me. This sounds really cute. I love books about books, and it's a romance set during the holidays. So it just has all my favorite things. It sounds like it's going to be really good. So we'll definitely give this a shot. Now, these are 5 books that I'll be reading for December, but I'm also going to be reading a book for book club. I think we're not going to read a romance just because there's so much romance already going on. And I usually like give them options to pick for book club. So I'm thinking this time maybe I should do like a fantasy or something like that. But I'm learning with fantasies or mysteries or any other book outside of the romance genre, it cannot be in a series for book club. Like, I don't want to get hooked on a book and then ask if people want to continue to read it, and some people don't, and then I don't have time for it. Because for me, if I'm going to read a series, I just need to read it like back to back. I don't want space in between the books because I feel like you'll forget things, and I just want to be in that world. If I really genuinely like the book, I want to just keep reading. But again, with series, it's hard because I just feel like it's such a good opportunity to ruin a good thing. Maybe one book was really good, but maybe the next one isn't, and then they do another good book after, and I hate when it changes. I hate when the quality dips, and you can't necessarily decide that, even if the writer is good. So I say all that to say I'm definitely not picking a series book, but I do know I want something that's outside of the realm of romance because I'll be reading that all month, and it'll be nice to have a palate cleanser. So instead, I think I want sci-fi or literary fiction. If that is the case, I definitely want to try to read The Martian. I don't know where the other book is, but it's The Martian or Ready Player One for my sci-fi picks. And then also for literary fiction, I'm going to give them the option of these 3 books, and that is 1984. If you guys remember, I started reading this book last year and it was very good, but the thing is the beginning is very, very slow. And I was reading it at the gym, and I'm realizing with books that I read at the gym, it needs to be fast paced. I need something that's going to keep my attention off the pain for as long as possible, and this was a terrible book to use that for. So I just realized I wasn't gravitating towards it as much, and it wasn't keeping my attention, unfortunately. So I didn't finish reading it last year. So I feel like if we read it this year, that could be really cool. And I think it's such a good social experiment. It would be so easy to create so many discussions on this book. So I feel like this would be a good book club book. Then another option is Such a Fun Age, and listen to this back. It just sounds so good. It says, Alex Chamberlain is a woman who gets what she wants and has made a living showing other women how to do the same. So she is shocked when her babysitter, Amira Tucker, is confronted while watching the Chamberlains toddler one night in the aisles of their high-end supermarket. The store's security guard, seeing a young black woman out late with a white child, accuses Amira of kidnapping. A small crowd gathers, a bystander filming everything, and Amira is furious and humiliated. Alex resolves to make things right, but Amira herself is aimless, broke, and wary of Alex's desire to help. At 25, she is about to lose her health insurance and has no idea what to do with her life. When the video of Amira unearths someone from Alex's past, both women find themselves on a crash course that will upend everything they think they know about themselves and about each other. So this sounds good. Again, like when I pick books for book club, I always want something where we can really have some deep discussions on, and this just sounds like the perfect thing. And the last book is a little hard to explain. It's called The Sea of Tranquility. It's actually very popular. It's a book about a group of people who kind of transcend time. It's about a dark colony on the moon and also love. So it transcends a lot of different topics, and it's going to be very interesting to see if we do get this book, because I don't know how we'll relate this to real life or just life lessons we can take away from it. But I do hear very good things about this book all the time. People have told me to read this forever. Genuinely, I think I've had this book for 2 years, so it would be nice if we finally get to this. I don't know what book we're going to pick for our final book this year in book club, but I'll put it here if I do figure it out. But that is it from me. This looks like my last bunch of books for the year of 2024. Absolutely insane, by the way. I still can't believe this year flew by like that. It's kind of scary. Let me know in the comments what books you want to read for December, how many books you read this year, what were some of your favorite ones. I just want to hear about your reading experience in 2024. I feel like very soon I definitely need to do a year wrap up on all the books that I read, so it would be really nice to hear some of your examples and maybe give me a few ideas. But that is it for me. I love y'all so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!